Number 9. Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi Hatake is remembered as one of the most versatile shinobi of his generation. He's often praised for his ability to use a wide range of ninjutsu thanks to his Sharingan. His taijutsu, strategy, and leadership are widely recognized. However, his genjutsu skills rarely receive much attention. Kakashi does not rely heavily on illusion-based techniques, but that doesn't mean he can't use them effectively. The strength of his genjutsu lies not in its complexity, but in how he integrates it into battle. Kakashi doesn't try to overpower opponents with illusion. Instead, he uses genjutsu as a setup, disrupting the enemy's movements and creating openings. His Sharingan allows him to deliver genjutsu with pinpoint timing, and though he rarely uses it for grand displays, his use of subtlety in the heat of combat shows a deeper layer to his tactical thinking. A key moment that shows Kakashi's use of genjutsu happens during the Land of Waves arc. When Zabuza surrounds him with a group of mist clones, Kakashi quickly casts a genjutsu on the weaker henchmen. The technique is simple, designed to paralyze or confuse them for a short time. It allows him to control the situation and keep his team safe without needing to use brute force. This moment is often overlooked because of the flashier jutsu that follows, but it highlights Kakashi's ability to use illusion as part of a larger strategy. His Sharingan doesn't just copy moves, it supports his tactical decisions. Kakashi ranks low on this list because his genjutsu arsenal is limited. He doesn't possess the raw illusion power of higher-ranked characters. His role in the story focuses more on ninjutsu, taijutsu, and leadership, so his illusion skills never fully develop. While functional and clever, they don't reach the high-level manipulation seen in advanced genjutsu users. Compared to characters who can control entire fields or rewrite reality, Kakashi's approach remains grounded. If Kakashi's genjutsu skills only landed him at number 9, then who could possibly be in the top 3? Some of the names might surprise you. Even longtime Naruto fans won't see them coming. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the hidden world of genjutsu, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more sharp analysis and uncover the secrets even the data books don't fully explain. Now, number 8. Tayoua. Tayoua stands out among Orochimaru's Sound 4 because of her unique genjutsu style. Most illusionists depend on eye contact or hand seals, but Tayoua uses her flute as a medium. This gives her a wide area advantage and allows her to attack multiple enemies at once. Her genjutsu is channeled through sound, making it much harder to block unless the opponent can completely shut off their hearing. While her rank among the Sound 4 might not be as high as Kidomaru or Seikon, her techniques offer a different kind of danger, one that disrupts the mind rather than the body. Her ability to summon demonic illusions and trap her targets in psychological warfare shows how dangerous auditory-based genjutsu can be on the battlefield. Her most impactful use of genjutsu takes place during the Sasuke retrieval arc. Faced with Shikamaru, Tayoua unleashes her Melody of Death technique. The sound of her flute creates a vivid illusion where 3 ghostly giants attack and bind her opponent. The genjutsu triggers both mental confusion and physical paralysis. Shikamaru struggles to keep control of his mind while also using shadow jutsu to hold her off. Despite his high intelligence, he nearly loses the battle, showing how oppressive Taiyua's genjutsu can be. Her control over the illusion is precise, and the way she coordinates flute movements with enemy reactions makes the fight psychologically intense. Tayoua earns her place here because her genjutsu, while not top tier in rank, covers a broad area and brings unique pressure in combat. The main limitation lies in her dependence on the flute. If the sound stops, the illusion ends. She also lacks versatility outside this one core style, making her less flexible than others higher on the list. However, within her narrow field, she performs with deadly efficiency. Number 7. Kurinai Yuhi. Kurinai Yuhi is introduced as Konoha's foremost genjutsu user outside the Uchiha clan. She's known for her calm demeanor and sharp analytical mind. Her expertise lies in subtle illusions that manipulate perception without relying on flashy visuals. As a member of the new generation of Jonin, she specializes in psychological disruption, focusing on mental manipulation rather than brute force. Her genjutsu targets the senses with natural elements like plants or seasonal cues, drawing the victim into a believable scenario before trapping them. This style requires both imagination and precision, which sets her apart from others who use illusion purely for distraction. Her most notable genjutsu moment happens during a brief but iconic encounter with Itachi Uchiha. Alongside Asuma and Kakashi, Kurinai confronts the Akatsuki duo as they infiltrate the hidden leaf. Wasting no time, she casts a tree-binding illusion on Itachi. Vines rise from the ground and begin to trap him, suggesting she's managed to surprise one of the most feared illusionists in the series. But the victory is short-lived. Itachi immediately reverses the genjutsu and reflects it back on her. Though she's quickly overwhelmed, the fact that she engaged him in the first place is significant. Itachi later acknowledges her genjutsu ability, noting that she was well-trained and competent, something he rarely does. Kurinai is placed at this position because of her narrow focus and limited record. Beyond her clash with Itachi, she rarely uses genjutsu in battle. Her role shifts to a teaching figure later in the story, especially after her pregnancy, which removes her from combat scenarios. While her technique is refined and respected, she doesn't demonstrate the same level of battlefield impact as others above her. Number 6. Kabuto Yakushi. Kabuto Yakushi begins his story as a subordinate to Orochimaru, often acting from the shadows. Over time, especially by the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kabuto evolves into a major force. His genjutsu capabilities reflect this growth. Known for his intelligence and adaptability, Kabuto integrates sound-based genjutsu into his arsenal. His abilities are not limited to medical ninjutsu or forbidden techniques anymore. During the war, Kabuto's manipulation of perception and his use of environmental factors show how far he has developed beyond his original role. His genjutsu style relies heavily on using subtle tricks to disable opponents rather than overpower them. This approach fits his personality, favoring misdirection and entrapment over direct confrontation. A key moment demonstrating Kabuto's genjutsu occurs inside the cave where he battles Itachi and Sasuke. Kabuto manipulates the acoustics of the cavern to create an environment where his sound-based illusions thrive. Using vibrations and reflected echoes, he traps both Uchiha prodigies in a looping illusion. Despite their mastery of genjutsu defense, both Sasuke and Itachi struggle to break free. Itachi, even with his Sharingan and experience, needs to set up the Izanami, a genjutsu of his own, to counter Kabuto's traps. This clash shows that Kabuto's illusions can hold their own against some of the strongest genjutsu users in the story. His ability to alter sensory inputs and disorient opponents marks a high point in his transformation into a serious genjutsu threat. Kabuto's ranking reflects both his strength and his limitations. His genjutsu is strong enough to challenge elite Uchiha, but it depends heavily on specific conditions like sound manipulation and environmental control. Kabuto must prepare the battlefield to maximize his effectiveness. This reliance on external factors restricts his versatility, keeping him from reaching the top tiers of genjutsu mastery. The clash against Itachi and Sasuke offers a gripping visual experience. The dark cave, the slithering echoes, and Kabuto's snake-like transformations combine to create a tense atmosphere. His rise from a minor medic nin to a powerful genjutsu user surprises many fans. The shift in his character adds depth to his role in the war, making him a standout example of unexpected evolution. Number 5. Hashirama Senju. Hashirama Senju is remembered for his overwhelming power, his legendary wood release, and his status as the first Hokage. While most discussions focus on his physical strength and life-giving chakra, Hashirama's use of genjutsu adds another layer to his reputation. His technique, Bringer of Darkness, shows that he was not just a powerhouse, but a shinobi who understood the importance of psychological warfare. Hashirama's genjutsu approach fits his nature, overwhelming yet precise. Rather than trapping the mind in complicated illusions, he focuses on disorienting the enemy by stripping away one of their most vital senses, sight. In a flashback during the third Hokage battle with Orochimaru, the power of Bringer of Darkness is revealed. Hashirama's technique plunges the target into complete, unrelenting darkness. Hiruzen, one of the most experienced shinobi alive, is rendered helpless when caught in it. With no visual input, the opponent becomes vulnerable to any follow-up attack. Bringer of Darkness simplifies the illusion while maximizing its psychological impact. The fear and confusion caused by total blindness disrupt both offensive and defensive actions, giving Hashirama the perfect opening to defeat even the most skilled enemies. Hashirama's genjutsu is devastating in the right situation, but he primarily relies on his wood release and sheer strength in battle. His limited use of illusion places him mid-tier among genjutsu users. He doesn't develop an extensive genjutsu repertoire or focus heavily on mental manipulation, which keeps his placement balanced between respect and practicality. The image of Hashirama casting darkness over the battlefield is powerful. His towering figure combined with the sudden loss of sight creates an unforgettable scene. Fans often discuss why someone with his talents didn't rely more on genjutsu, fueling debates about the hidden aspects of his abilities. His rare use of illusion only adds to his legend, showing that he could dominate in any field he chose, even if he preferred not to. Number 4. Danzo Shamura. Danzo Shamura leads Root with an iron fist, embodying the philosophy that strength and sacrifice are necessary for peace. In his quest for power, Danzo goes so far as to implant Shisui Uchiha's Sharingan into himself, granting access to Kotoa Matsukami. This genjutsu ranks among the most powerful in the Naruto world. Kotoa Matsukami completely rewrites a person's thoughts without them realizing it. It is subtle, invisible, and almost impossible to detect or counter once activated. Danzo's use of it fits his manipulative nature perfectly, reinforcing his shadowy methods of control. The 5 Kage Summit provides a clear example of Kotoa Matsukami's fearsome ability. During the tense meeting, Danzo subtly manipulates Mifune, the leader of the samurai, steering him to recommend Danzo as the leader of the allied shinobi forces. No visible signs of genjutsu appear. Mifune's decision seems natural, and only those with sharp intuition suspect foul play. The fact that Danzo can sway key political outcomes without open confrontation highlights how dangerous Kotoa Matsukami is. This technique silently seizes control of the battlefield from behind the scenes. Danzo's place in the ranking is determined by both the strength and the origin of his genjutsu. Kotoa Matsukami's ability to manipulate reality is unmatched, but Danzo's dependence on Shisui's stolen eye limits the originality of his power. He does not create or develop it himself, and his ability to use it repeatedly is restricted by the Sharingan's long recharge time. The moral complexity surrounding Danzo's use of Kotoa Matsukami adds depth to his character. His bandaged Sharingan, hidden beneath layers of secrecy, symbolizes the extreme measures he is willing to take for what he believes is the greater good. The moment when his eye is finally revealed remains one of the most striking images in the series. His shadowy presence, combined with one of the most broken genjutsu ever seen, leaves a lasting impact on the story and the audience. Number 3. Gengets Hosuki. Gengets Hosuki, the second Mizukage of the Hidden Mist, may have a lighthearted and sarcastic personality, but behind the jokes lies a genjutsu master feared across generations. A shinobi of the Warring States era, Gengetsu honed his illusion skills not just for show, but for large-scale warfare. His signature move, the Clam Mist Genjutsu, doesn't trap a single target, it ensnares entire armies. This battlefield-level illusion creates chaos, confusion, and hallucinations that break formations and force enemy forces into retreat or disarray. Gengetsu's style reflects his confidence, illusions that mock and torment, combined with lethal follow-ups. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Gengetsu is reanimated and becomes a massive problem for the allied shinobi forces. Upon summoning his giant clam, a thick mist spreads across the battlefield, creating lifelike mirages of himself. These phantoms confuse even high-ranking shinobi like Gaara and Onoki. Despite their combined might and strategy, they struggle to pinpoint Gengetsu's real location. The Genjutsu is so convincing that even direct attacks pass through the clones harmlessly. Gengetsu manipulates sound, timing, and pressure to sell the illusion. His enemies waste chakra and time, slowly wearing themselves down. What makes this Genjutsu truly dangerous is that it operates continuously, overwhelming not just individuals, but entire squads. In a war setting, that kind of wide-area disruption is priceless and deadly. Gengetsu ranks this high not only for power, but for scale. His Genjutsu may not rewrite minds or trap opponents in eternal illusions, but its versatility in combat makes it one of the most tactically dominant in the series. Its only drawback is that it lacks the instant or permanent lethality of the top two, but in sheer battlefield confusion and effectiveness, it's elite. The surreal combination of a goofy old man, a talking clam, and devastating illusions creates one of the most visually and thematically unique fights in Naruto. Fans often overlook Gengetsu, but a rewatch of the war arc reveals his illusions were among the most frustrating and brilliant of all time. Number 2. Jeriah. Jeriah, the legendary Sannin, is known more for his explosive ninjutsu and his pervy antics than his illusions. But that only makes his genjutsu mastery even more shocking. While Jeriah himself isn't a genjutsu specialist, he can perform one of the most broken genjutsu in Naruto history, the Toad Confrontation Singing, or Toad Song, by fusing with the Elder Toads Fukasaku and Shima in Sage Mode. This technique bypasses every traditional genjutsu weakness. No eye contact, no hand signs, just a haunting melody that paralyzes anyone who hears it. In his climactic battle against Pain, Jeriah uses the Toad Song as his final trump card. As the Elder Toads sing their eerie duet, the invisible genjutsu begins to take effect. The sound penetrates deep into the brain, bypassing chakra control and reflex. Even the 6 paths of pain, Rinnegan-wielding avatars of a god-tier shinobi, are caught in its grip. One by one, their movements halt, their bodies freeze, and they are mentally imprisoned in a state of suspended animation. The victims perceive a hypnotic illusion, helpless to act. The only way out? Death. Once caught, no counter exists. No genjutsu breaking or sensory jutsu can save you. Jeriah lands this high because the Toad Song is simply unfair. This sound-based illusion can't be dodged without avoiding the entire battlefield. The only limitation is that it requires prep time, coordination with 2 external partners, and the rare state of Sage Mode. But when it lands, it's game over. The slow, tragic buildup to the Toad Song, Jeriah bleeding, sacrificing himself, facing impossible odds, adds emotional weight to its power. The eerie harmony paired with the desperation of the fight makes it a moment burned into fans' memories. It redefined Jeriah's legacy and left viewers questioning how someone so lighthearted could wield something so utterly terrifying. Number 1. Kaguya Otsutsuki. At the peak of Genjutsu mastery sits Kaguya Otsutsuki, the originator of chakra itself. As the matriarch of all shinobi power, Kaguya doesn't cast illusions. She alters reality. Her signature technique, Infinite Tsukuyomi, is the strongest genjutsu in the Naruto universe. It's a divine-level ability that affects the entire planet in one fell swoop. Using the moon as a conduit, In the God Tree as her instrument, Kaguya plunges all of humanity into a dream state. The most unforgettable moment comes during the climax of the Fourth Great Ninja War. With Madara as her proxy, Infinite Tsukuyomi is cast. The moon turns blood red, casting a divine light that penetrates every corner of the earth. People across the globe stop in their tracks, caught mid-battle, mid-conversation, mid-breath, ensnared by the light. Their eyes morph into Rinnegan-like patterns before they collapse, suspended in cocoons from the God Tree. In these pods, each person experiences a perfect, personalized illusion tailored to their deepest desires. These illusions can last forever. No pain, no war, just endless dreams. But the cost? Free will is gone. The world is silenced under the rule of a single will. Kaguya ranks first because no other genjutsu comes close to Infinite Tsukuyomi's scale, impact, or reach. It is inescapable without divine-level intervention, capable of trapping every living being regardless of strength. Even the strongest shinobi like Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi fall victim to it instantly. Only those protected by the Rinnegan or Susanoo barriers survive. The visual spectacle of Infinite Tsukuyomi, the glowing moon, the falling petals, the world plunging into silent stasis, feels more like a mythical event than a jutsu. Kaguya's emergence from this illusion as a goddess-like figure solidifies her position at the top. No other illusion has ever reshaped the world. No other genjutsu needed a team of legends to undo. That's why she's not just number one. She is genjutsu's final form. Thanks for watching till the end. See ya!